Hello, Business Communications class. This is James Canterbury with the Week 9 assignment. What communication skills does an effective researcher need to possess? Well, using the research process of defining the problem at hand, coming up with a method to fix the problem or an idea that you would like to go forth with using, uh, you know, methods of study to gather data in order to come up with a conclusion, whether it's what you want or not, but it'll give you answers. Um, you need to go about coming up with a specific way to gather exactly the data you are looking for to fix the problem. So you need to define the problem exactly. You have to think about what you can do to fix it, and it has to pretty much pertain to the problem at hand. Exactly, because the experiment that you lay out has to look for specific, unbiased information to gather data that you can actually use, validate, um, potentially somewhat helping somebody in the future with secondary research. So let's start with the primary research, let's say, of an experiment using a questionnaire or a survey where you would use your effective communication skills as a researcher to lay out, um, you know, the specific questions. Number one, you want people to read the survey. You want them to fill it out. You want it to be unbiased. You want them to look at your questions and, understand what you're asking for. You don't want like a broad range of interpretations on the words and the sentences or uh, questions you're looking for. You want concise answers through everybody on the survey. This is very important to come up with unbiased information. The more unbiased, the better your information will be. So, and from all this information, you can draw a conclusion using all the answers people gave through their survey. But as long as you lay the survey out specifically with intelligently thought about questions that pertain to the problem and address any information that would be important to coming up with a conclusion on fixing it, that is a key. The quote I used from the book on page 157 of chapter 9 is: the method of distribution and the makeup of the questionnaire are critical factors in a successful survey research. And that's from the Lehman Dufresne textbook. That pretty much talks about what I just said. You want to lay out the questionnaire or survey properly so that it comes up with the specific answers that pertain to coming up with a resolution for the problem that you see at hand. As for an online scholarly article, I picked something by Sallie O'Hagan, Elizabeth Manias, Catherine Elder, John Pill, Robin Woodward, Cron, Tim McNamara, Gillian Webb, and Jeff McCall. It's called What Counts as Effective Communication in Nursing: Evidence from Nurse Educators and Clinicians, Feedback on Nurse Interactions with Simulated Patients. So the quote I used: feedback coded as a communication included comments where participants referred explicitly to both verbal and nonverbal communication in various ways. And this is on page 1351 of that article. And this experiment is using nurses and doctors and their interactions with patients. And in some cases, communication is a huge key. You want to have the patients feel like you are listening to them, understanding them. You're on the same page, the same level. Each one's different. Some people understand things, other people don't. Some people want scientific reasons, others do not. So in doing this, we need to figure out that communication is key and to make it work, be specific with our information. In conclusion, it is very important that we use clear, concise communication, which is exactly pertinent towards the information we need to find out. Thank you.